Embodied is about integrating your wisdom, your medicine, and your magic that is already within you. Hello. Do you want more energy? Wish you had more clarity? I'm just really frustrated about not being able to lose some extra weight. It's exactly how I felt. I have been in the field of holistic health and nutrition and alternative wellness for nearly 20 years now. And a part of my journey was losing and gaining weight up and down my entire life until I finally got to the point where I did some inner work, and it wasn't even in the intention of, oh, I'm going to do this inner work and I'm going to lose the weight. It's like I had lost the weight. It stayed off for a really long time. I kept off 100 pounds. And I looked back and I was like, what did I do different? Because my entire life, I tried all the diets, all the deprivation, the diet pills, the exercise, the restriction, all of the things. And I'd lose the weight and then I would gain it back. And when I looked back, it was like, oh, I had done some inner work there. I had done some emotional healing work. I had released some inner beliefs and limitations that I had about myself and about life. I had healed some fears and healed some wounds that I had held in my heart. And what I'd realized is that the extra weight was actually a protective mechanism. And as far as the energy goes, it was probably about last year, this time, where I just had this feeling of like, I know that I can have more energy. And it's not like energy from coffee and then you get things done. It's like I knew I could have more natural energy, just knowing what I know from nutrition and holistic health. And so I started these cleanses. And it wasn't because I necessarily wanted to lose weight. That actually was an awesome little side benefit. I don't weigh myself, I don't have a scale, but I know how I fit in my clothes. So, anyway, when I started these cleanses, what I started to do is cleanse out my system. So, when you think about how a car, right, if you don't change the oil, things are going to get gunked up and it's not going to run very effectively. I don't know about you, but my iPhone, it's always getting full. It's just too full, because I don't have things going out to the iCloud. And right, so junk gets gunked up in there, and then I can't save things on my camera. I can't do videos. Like things don't work as they're meant to be. And in this day and time that we're in right now, oh, so my point is, what am I trying to say there? Oh, so like our bodies. So when I was doing these cleanses, what happens is I clean out my system, right? It cleanses out like our system. We're like a car. Like this body is a car, and it everything that's going on inside of it is going to have an effect on the outside. And not only the physical body itself, but our outer world, because everything outside of us becomes a reflection of what's coming from within us, right? So it's like when I shared earlier about how I had some inner stuff that I had worked through, and then my physical body changed. But what also happened is that the relationships in my life changed, my work changed, just my environments changed, how I interacted with other people and how other people interacted with me changed. But even more importantly was as I was tapping into who I am on a deeper level, beyond the physical human being, tapping into the clairvoyant, the psychic, the intuitive. It's like the foggy mind, the monkey mind, the two different things, right? It's like the foggy mind not having the clarity, not knowing the direction to take, having options in front of you and not knowing, which one to choose, knowing that there's something that you want to move forward with, you want to have a different experience in life, you have something within you that you want to share, but the monkey mind takes over. The fears start running around, the insecurities start popping up, and then those start taking over. Well, what I want to say to you today is that so much about our energy the weight that we can't lose, and the clarity has to do with your gut, has to do with your entire system. So if you imagine that we're running in this car years and years and years without ever changing the oil, it's not going to operate okay. It's not going to operate effectively. And so so when I started doing these cleanses, first of all, it was after all of the years of studying health and nutrition and going through cleanses and detoxes through my studies, this has been the most effective and the most potent and gentle cleanse. Because I'll talk to people about cleanses and they'll be like, oh, I can't do that, I can't do anything for 21 days. Well, the interesting thing is that it's unless you have a really toxic, unhealthy diet, it's not a huge change. There are some adjustments because you want to give your body a rest. You want to be able to take out the things that your body might be like fighting against. Like when I say cleanse, people are like, oh my God, it just sounds so hard. Am I going to be in the bathroom all the time? No. What we're doing is we're taking, and the reason I'm sharing all this with you is because I am starting a cleanse. I'm starting to facilitate a cleanse in a couple of weeks. It's going to start in the 9/26. But I'm sharing all of this now is because there are supplements that you are going to be taking along with it, whole food supplements that are going to, and with essential oils that are going to clear out your system and then replenish it on a cellular and a DNA level. Okay, and so the other reason why we don't have clarity of thought is because we're not getting the nutrition that we need. Like, how many of us got into this habit of just eating to eat rather than eating for nutrition, right? So it's like if you're finding like you're fighting hard to like figure out what these limiting beliefs are, or if you're struggling to like move forward, right? Because that monkey mind is stopping you, or it's like you do so much throughout the day and then you don't have time to do the things that you want to do for yourself. It may be a good time for you to do a cleanse. The name of the course is called Embodied. And when I do these cleanses, I run them alongside with courses. And a lot of the people that I work with are sensitive leaders, empathic entrepreneurs, artists who have, extra sensory skills and talents, or maybe they know it's available, but they want to tap more deeply into it. And so what happens is that when we are clearing out the system, clearing out the gunk in the mind, bringing balance to the gut, releasing from the filtration systems, our liver and our kidneys, then we can connect more effectively to the parts of us, the higher aspects of ourselves that we can receive information in from, that we can connect to. With Embodied, if you want to just do the course, if you're not ready to do a cleanse, that is an option this round. It's important because Embodied is about integrating your wisdom, your medicine, and your magic that is already within you, right? But what happens is that when you want to go put yourself out into the world, anything that besides a monkey mind, if there's underlying fears, if your nervous system can't hold the energy or sustain the consciousness that it takes to put yourself out into the world, to share your art, to share your gifts, to communicate from your heart and share. Part of Embodied is clearing out the system so you can have clarity to come into your body and be able to have the confidence of your gifts, have the clarity of what your medicine is, and to have that deep connection to your own magic, so you can be the creator of your life, so that you can be manifesting, so you can have that clarity of intuition, so you can have that inner knowing, so you're not getting caught up in the monkey mind, that you really tapped into your heart and your own knowing and moving forward with confidence and clarity that, of everything that matters to you and what's important to you, and from your own power. So it's like when we're not embodied, it's like trying to drive your car, steer your steering wheel from beyond the trunk, So much more effective to drive the car when you're sitting in the driver's seat. And that's what embodied is about. So whether you want to take your business to the next level, whether you want to sharpen your intuitive skills, whether you want to, sharpen any of your superpower skills, whether you want to drop out of your mind. Now you have to understand is that our gut and our mind are very connected. If our gut is out of balance, it's going to create monkey mind, depression, anxiety, right? When there's an imbalance in the gut, it's going to have an effect on our emotions, right? And so when we're going to bring all of that into balance, clear it out, bring it into balance, I'm going to share with you some energy medicine tools so you learn how to self-heal. It's like our phones that get updated, right? The newest and the greatest, right? So there's this newer and greater energy that we have access to. So we're going to work on activating that, getting clarity about what your medicine and your magic is, working on the parts that are preventing the confidence and clarity for taking steps forward, right? So if you find that you're like caught up in your mind, if you feel like you've been afraid to make choices or take steps, if you feel like your physical body is just feeling heavy, or you want to lose some weight, then join us for the cleanse. It's like I can tell you that it's simple and easy, and I can share some testimonials from people that have gone through it before, and many people actually repeat it, because as we're going through the cleanses, and I only run these 4 times a year, is that each time you go deeper and deeper into yourself. And the supplements that you'll be taking, which there are not a lot of them, are going to give you that whole food nutrition. The essential oils are going to support clearing out parasites. The supplements will help clear the mind, right? So it's like when your body is getting the nutrition it needs, not only from the supplements, but from the foods that you're eating, you're just going to operate more effectively. Your mind is going to be more clear. You're going to have more energy. People who come through this and they're like, I cannot believe how much energy I have. And it usually happens within the first week. And we're together for 3 weeks inside a private Facebook group where you'll have my support, my guidance, my facilitation. I supply you with a recipe book, sample meal plan, the protocol for everything, and all of the, like I said, the activations, the energy medicine tools, the things that you can do to work on your mind and clear it, some habits and practices to break old habits and practices that aren't serving you, and supporting you in living an embodied life where you are tapped in and integrated, confident, have the clarity, so that you can be showing up in life the way that your heart and soul are here for.